Right. On the morning of Christmas Eve, in an abandoned ATAT that we now call home, on the moon of Endor with my sons Christopher and Nick, we find comfort in sharing stories for all. Surrounded by the whispers of a forest with Ewoks still nestled in dreams, we cherish the crisp morning air before sunrise, a serene scene. Beneath the towering trees with the stars peeking from above, we share tales of heroes and legends and stories of love. Outside, the wild moon whispers with mysteries to weave, but inside we're united on the morning of Christmas Eve. With makeshift decorations from the remnants of war, we smile at each other with hopes for what's in store. For a moment, the galaxy's hum quiets our welcome and pause. I feel the force's warmth as snowflakes gently fall. Even Siths, I imagine, pause in their quest, heeding your tide call. Droids beep carols softly while Wookiees deck the halls. In every corner of the stars, Christmas spirit calls. Here I sit with my sons close in our festive sphere, mindful of my wife and other son adventuring far yet near. After our tales are told in the hush of dawn's embrace, we take to the airways reaching across the galaxy's vast space. Our hearts full of joy in this season so dear, in our sheltered abode, from father to sons we share. Hoping our stories across the stars spread Christmas cheer. Together we gather, hearts brimming with joy so sincere. Wishing all a Merry Christmas, a holiday of pure delight, from our family to yours, through the long peaceful night. So from here at Radio Free Endor, may our every heart find its flight, and a heartfelt happy holidays to all in the galaxy's shining night. Welcome to Radio Free Endor, episode 102. My name is Jamie, and here with me is my two sons, Chris and Nick. There we go.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
How you doing, boys?
Really well. When we was putting together that little intro, I did think, should we really be saying Life Day, not Christmas?
Well, that's true, yeah. That's what the Wookiees would be saying. Happy Life Day.
Happy Life Day,
But as we don't really want to talk about the holiday specials, unless you want to. You know what I mean? There is a brand new documentary out, isn't there, called A Disturbance in the Force, which funny enough, I've downloaded to watch, but I've not got around to watching it yet. But I might have that. I might put that on in between Christmas and New Year. Yeah, I might put that on.
Well, I think that was a really good little introduction, and I think it's always a bit nice to open with Christmas cheer.
That's true. That's true. And I just want to say thank you to Chris who wrote that. A little bit of input from me, but that was all Christopher, and I'll be posting that in on the show notes as well. It's very special. It's beautiful. Well done there, Chris. Well done. So with me is Chris, and with me is my son Nick as well. Nick is in the other room, and Christopher is in the other side of the bunker, you could say. It's Christmas Eve. We can't believe it. It's Christmas Eve. Christmas is here already. And we've got some bits and bobs to go through, some news from around the galaxy, you could say, and maybe a little bit of a quiz at the end for a little bit of fun. So with that, should we get over to some of what you've put in the show notes, Chris?
Yeah, we want to really keep it light today. Really just go over some high-level news, topping out the year. What a incredibly weird year it's been for Disney as a whole and Star Wars. But I think, we need to tread lightly and take our care with Star Wars next year to make sure it has, the best in dear. Gee, these Christmas rhyming is just keep on going.
That's true. Nicholas, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. I'm lost.
Yeah,
it's kind of strange.
Go on.
I was gonna say it's kind of strange because in my headphones, I can hear you, but I can hear you first in the room on the opposite side. And there's like a pause, and then I hear you in my headphones. But according to the Chris to stream, it's going okay.
It's all good. You can't hear each other.
Good.
So should we get into the first subject? Do you want to take it from Fantasy
go on then.
Yeah.
Right.
Go on. Please be my guest.
Which one?
Nicholas, why don't you describe the first subject?
From Fantatracks, the vinyl release of Star Wars Jedi Survivor, the original game soundtrack is announced, describing meaning that just for $40 you can download the double LP soundtrack of the hit video game that lands February 24, 2024. Recap on...
So from Fantatracks, obviously they have released news. Mark Newbold, a favorite of the show, has released that at the Grammy Museum in downtown Los Angeles, a panel was brought up. During a panel, the composers announced that they've created the vinyl for Jedi Survivor. So if you are any vinyl lovers out there, wow, no, that is really messed up. I totally messed up that article. Let me reword that. Wow. So,
That's okay.
It's the one article I didn't put notes in to describe. I was like, it's just the article.
I did. I know.
No,
I did post the link, didn't I? I posted the link to it.
yes, but
and it's
this was the one where you wrote notes for. So maybe I should have wrote
my
notes
fault.
for this one as well.
You should, maybe it's my fault. This vinyl release is being brought out, and it's going to be in a Jedi lightsaber color disc, and I think it's with is it a 44-page booklet or something?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, unfortunately, our internet's really slow, so when I click into the articles, it's really slow.
So this is the thing. That was the article that you posted. The article you just said was that Jedi Survivor, another article on Fantatracks, was being released as a vinyl, but the article you linked was something slightly different. The article that you linked that I clicked and started reading was a different article, so that's why I got confused. But obviously,
strange.
The article that you posted that I looked at was that the music behind Star Wars Jedi Survivor is being hosted at the Grammy Museum to be celebrated, and it will involve a special panel featuring the composers. That it'll also be moderated by John Burlingame. It is on Wednesday, the 6th of December, so it's already passed, maybe a bit old. But if you was there and it was really good fun, do let us know how that went. But yeah, to wrap it all up, the music of Jedi Survivor is now out on soundtrack and vinyl. And yeah, it was a great game and a great soundtrack.
That's weird because when I click on that link, it took me straight to what I wanted to talk about. about the album being on vinyl. Isn't that weird?
Well, maybe there's a little droid messing around with the circuits of the
gremlins.
The bunker.
Gremlins in the they put little gremlins in the little watches and stuff like that. Yeah. I can't bring it up. It brings me up a little bit of the article, but I can't bring it up.
But not to worry.
It's just a pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So should we go on to the next article? Do you want to read the next one?
Yeah, I will. Yeah. Right. So from Fantatracks again, Mark Newbold is very, very good at getting all this news together. So Gareth Edwards is directing, which I didn't know this. He's now he's been hired to direct Thor 5. And he says he's very excited on having another go at our own film. And he's at my own film. So, and Chris, you've got a link to this. Unfortunately, I click on the link. I can't go anywhere.
Yeah, it's just it's just a really quick tweet that I can share my screen and we can have a quick look. Here we go.
Yeah.
So what we can see here is, it is a rumor. Obviously, he's came off of the creator. Like, I am yet to see, but I really do want to see it. And he says that it would appear that there's a potential 5th film of Thor that it isn't in his line of sight right now, but is interested on following up on the creator with other original projects. So no, it is not necessarily of him being the director of 4 or 5. It is him saying that he's not. We can listen to the clip on X.
I just want to ask, I've seen a few rumors about you and Thor 5. Do you have any interest in that at all, or anything along those lines?
I saw those rumors too. I saw it, and I jokingly sent it to my girlfriend. I just texted her the link and said, I didn't want you to find out this way. I've never heard anything about it. It's totally, the internet is an incredible place.
Is that something that you would want to do?
I love, those movies. I love Marvel. A lot of my friends work on Marvel films as well. I'm very excited about the future of cinema, personally. I feel like everything we did differently on The Creator are probably the strongest parts of the film. And I just want to push that even further. And I want to so having the freedom and, being able to take risks, being allowed to fail, I think that that's all important part of any creativity. And so, I think I'm very excited about having another go at my own film. And I love all these other movies, and I love little franchises. I go to see them all, and I have most of them on my DVD Blu-ray shelf. But I really want to keep pursuing this original sci-fi.
There you go. So not always to trust everything you hear on the internet. The rumor mill is crazy.
Do you know, I was just looking to see how much the budget was for The Creator, because I heard that he'd done it quite cheap, and he did it for 80 million, which nowadays that's quite cheap. But the look of The Creator looks like it was a lot more money than that. So it'd be interesting to see what he can pulls out. But we was having this discussion, weren't we, the other yesterday, about superhero fatigue in the with the Marvel universe,
with the MCU.
Didn't
we was
with the MCU.
Yes, we were lucky to meet up just before Christmas and have a little get together. Went out for a meal with Holly and Nikki as well. And whenever we get together around a table, we always love having chats about Star Wars, Marvel, all these interesting things. And everyone else in the restaurant is probably just be like, nerds.
Oh, I'm not these people again.
But to me, you should enjoy what you do, enjoy every conversation you have, and who cares what everyone else thinks.
That's very true, yeah. But with these, like we were saying with fatigue, is that Disney have been slowly losing money this year, haven't they? Mainly with their superhero films. So it seems that them sort of well, they're not officially announced Thor 5, have they? But where do they go now? How can they bring it, the magic back into the films? But you said yesterday, and I had to agree with you, maybe that Disney should take a break from them for, I don't know, 5 years, maybe 10 years, a decent break from making superhero films and start going down, other channels into maybe some brand new IP or something that can be produced. What do you guys reckon?
The problem is, if Disney does that, though, is they will lose a lot of money with taking a break from, for example, Marvel will lose a lot of money, so they'll have to figure out what other ways that studio can make a lot of money. If they can't make a lot of money, then they're stuffed, because Disney's all about money nowadays. Everyone's about money.
Well, to necessary extent, very true. But remember, they have to spend money to make money. So the less money they're spending, the more money they're saving. And if these things are all ending in losses, so loss on loss on loss, it is cheaper for the company not to spend the money than to spend it and badly. I think that there's so much potential investment and potential, what's the word I'm looking for? Inspiration from X-Men returning, Fantastic Four, the next generation of the Avengers, even Kang Dynasty. There's so much there and rich lore material that I think could really ignite the next phase of Marvel. But it is one of them things where the world is not ready for the next phase of Marvel right now. We are fatigued by the last phase, and we need at least 5 years, restart the build, rebuild it all the way back up. I watched a video that listed some of the biggest flops, you could say, for Disney's Marvel. And one of the ones I thought was most interesting is that on the opening day, opening week, reviewing all the films and how much money they made, one of the biggest flops in the original Avengers was the original Captain America. Not a bad film. I personally really enjoy it, but compared to where Captain America's character ended with, and I said this to you, one of my favorite memories of the Avengers and the whole Marvel series that I do not think will ever topple is the moment when Thor is being held down by Thanos, and he's going to kill him. Thanos is going to kill Thor, and then from the back of Thanos, he gets hit by Mjolnir, and then Mjolnir comes back to someone, and it's Captain America holding it. That moment, even saying it again, I said that to you yesterday at the restaurant, and saying it right now still gives me chills. It's my one top moment of that MCU, and I think we need at least 3-4 years to reset. Then say, okay, all these new characters, they're not bad, they're not good, you just don't know them. Let's get to know them. Let's take our time again, and then let's build up. I think trying to do a whole 10-year sprint again in 1 to 3 years. We saw that with Disney Plus. We've had more Marvel content come out post Endgame than before Endgame, and that fatigue has really set in now. And I think that we're all excited for the X-Men to return. We're all excited for Fantastic Four and wherever that leads. But there's some really big Marvel projects that, well, personally, I think need to be taken back to the drawing board and go, this may be a good story, but is now the right time. Let's hold it for a year. Let's hold it for 2 years, And I think the one thing that we're really going to see the answer to this, and we will see it next year, is Deadpool. What will that make of Disney? It could fall on its face and be terrible. It could be good, or it could still be good and still fall on its face. Look at Guardians of the Galaxy 3, for example. It was the only film Disney made last year, depending on when you listen to this, 2023, that actually made a profit. Didn't make an amazing profit. I think Shang-Chi made a bigger profit than Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I think, off the top of my head. But it's that thing. But it's that thing when good films don't necessarily make big box office hits. Bad films don't necessarily make good box office hits. It's always random. And I think with Marvel, we need that time away to really rekindle the love of superheroes.
Mm-hmm. I think you're right on that. You know, I think everyone's waiting for Deadpool 3. I know you are, aren't you, Nicholas? You're waiting for the.
Oh my god!
Deadpool 3.
We're in the Deadpool jumper. I've been waiting for a couple of years, I guess you could say. And we watched a film yesterday made by the people who made Deadpool, and oh my god, it was so funny. Called Christmas Office Party. It's really funny. Recommend watching it if you like Deadpool and Free Guy, etc.
Yeah, it was really, really good. Yeah. So yeah, do you know? Funny you should say. Talking about the X-Men, Chris, is spoiler alert for maybe for the ending, not the ending for the Marvels, but they introduced a character, one of the X-Men characters, into that film, and it was played by the lady that played Rambo. Do you know Monica Rambeau's mother in the first Marvels film? And then she was in Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness as Captain Marvel, and now they brought her back in now as an X-Men. I was thinking, can they not just pick a character for her to play permanently, or they're just like, oh, she didn't work as that one. Yeah, try this one. Nah, didn't work as that one. Try this one. Yeah, this one's for you. Yeah, this third version of you is pretty good. Yeah, it's, go as that. And I was thinking, oh God, they're really clasping at straws here for to get it. But at the end of the day, I think I used to be one of these fans that me and Nicholas was like, new Marvel film, let's go see it. We've got to see it at the cinema. But now it's like, nah. Can't there. I think we dropped out after Thor. I think we dropped out after the Thor one, Thor 4. But we saw Spider-Man and we saw Galaxies. We saw Doctor Strange, and then we saw Galaxy 3, and that's it. We ain't seen any others at the cinema. We're just waiting until they come on Disney Plus, and then it's like, oh, there we go. Oh, we saw Ant-Man, and we know how Ant-Man 3. You love Ant-Man 3.
Ant-Man 3 is my favorite. It's got my favorite Avenger ever.
But MODOK's the best Avenger though, hands down.
Yeah, but
you like MODOK, didn't you, Chris?
Sadly, Nicholas, you don't say it with belief.
I mean, I'm more of the cartoon MODOK guy. I prefer that than naked MODOK. But
well, he was my favorite form of MODOK, and I loved every part of it, and especially his honorable exit as an Avenger. It was just my favorite. But anyway,
it was like it wasn't even connected to Ant-Man 1 or 2, and it's like, oh, such a
what do you mean? It definitely was. MODOK 1 was in there. He's from the first film. But there's other things that are happening in Marvel that we've not really wrote down notes on, or there's not official news of what's happening. Obviously, John Major has been convicted of assault, I believe it was.
Oh yeah,
and that now means Marvel is questionable if they want him to be their main lead in a multi-part trilogy. Acceptable. So there's a lot of questions if Avengers Dynasty, the Kang Dynasty, has been cancelled or it's being reframed. What's your thoughts of it being reframed to remove Kang as the main character and maybe replace it with, and this is pure speculation, replacing that main character of Kang with, say, Doctor Doom?
Yeah, I love Doctor Doom, but they've invested in this Kang Dynasty. And would they recast? I think they probably recast. And there was talk about John Boyega being recast as it, but he's put out a statement saying, "Nah, he's not even interested." But give a bit of that, give a bit of money, maybe he will be. And but saying that, they didn't recast T'Challa, the actor that played him for Wakanda, they didn't replay. When he sadly passed away.
He didn't become the Flash. When he got caught.
Yeah, that's the point. Yeah, but that's DC, isn't it? It's not. Disney.
with John Boyega's stance, I also have no intent of playing Kang, but my interest can definitely be bought. So I assume his can as well.
Yeah. bit of money. But I'll be interested. But I've not seen season 2 of Thor. Not Thor, of Loki. That's gone under under my viewing habits. It's just sneaked in there. I didn't even know it was online until I think you said it, Chris. I was like, oh yeah, I've not watched it yet. So that's how low key was. You could say. It's just snuck in there on my Disney channel. I've been watching other stuff on Apple TV and on Netflix. I've been watching stuff like that. But yeah, maybe I'd like to see Doctor Doom be brought in with the Fantastic Four. Of course, they're going to be recasting all of the Fantastic Four when they come back. And yeah, I'd be interested. It'd be interesting.
Recast the writers, the Fantastic Four. What do you mean? I want Johnny Rocket to be Chris Evans again. It's not Johnny
Chris
Rocket.
Evans.
It's Johnny.
What's
his name?
God, I keep thinking Johnny Lightning, but it's not. It's Johnny Blaze. Is it Blaze?
You realise that I
Ghost Rider?
have not grew up with Johnny Storm.
Storm.
Johnny Storm.
That's it.
The
Storm,
Human Torch.
Johnny Storm. Yeah, the Human Torch. Yeah. Imagine that if they got Chris Evans back to do Johnny Storm, and it'd be like, but they could do, with the multiverse. They could bring him back and he'd be like, hey, why are you? But I think, right, because, this new Captain America film that's in production, I think that's going to hit the floor running. You know what I mean? It's just going to go, it's just going to trip over itself. And then they're going to go, let's just bring Chris Evans back. Yeah, let's just bring Chris Evans. Because I personally like to see a Chris Evans back as Captain America, but maybe set during the war, because now he's technically gone back in time. That whole, let's do a series of him in the war, not woke. Let's not go down the wokey path, but let's just go down a proper.
The reason people like Captain America as a superhero is because he's, it was said in the very first film, he may not have the strength, but he has the ideals. And that's what makes him strongest. Yeah, and that's why he got given. That's why he got given the super serum, because he had the ideals in the heart. Yes. And when people think about Captain America and they align to Captain America, Captain America is my favorite Avenger. It's the fortitude of doing what's right that always stands by. A lot of people like Iron Man for the technology and the flashiness, but at the end of the day, it's always a person, and having that fortitude to always do what's right, even if you don't necessarily agree with it. That's why I stand by Captain America. And I do think Falcon can carry on the mantle of the Captain America, but with all these things, and the writer's strike has taught us anything, is we need more time in the writing department. The first draft doesn't necessarily mean the final draft. They need more time to work out the holes, the story, the interweaveness of these all. And that's why I said, take a 5-year break, come back at it, knock it out of the park.
Yeah. But it's just like what the Pandaverse says, isn't it, Nicholas?
Yeah.
What Kathleen Kennedy says. What is it? What does she say?
Make them a chick and make them lesbian.
No,
stick a chick.
No, it says no. No, they don't say that at all.
Let's
make it lame. Put a chick in it and make
it
lame.
I was about to say.
Put a
let's
chick
keep
in
it family friendly.
But yeah, the Pandaverse, yeah, if you get to see that, that's really, really good.
If that is
right, let's move on to the next one.
We'll give it a look.
Right.
So over at Disney Plus, I believe yesterday or today, they have released a really cute 2-hour repeating clip.
Show it. Look at this.
Yeah,
there it is.
That has Sabine's loaf cat, Merle. And this is actually a really funny point of season 1 of Ahsoka was who's looking after the cat? You know, who's looking after the cat?
Yeah.
They've just left him there. And I think it's a really cute video that I'm sure my partner Holly will put on today or so when she's going to read a book or two. She'll put that on in the background.
It's really, really good. I've been watching. I've had it here on my phone watching it, and there's something about watching a cat sleep. You know what I mean, or a dog if you got a dog, any kind of animal that's just sleeping and dreaming about catching stuff or running or walking. It's a beautiful little video.
It's not a little video. It's 2 hours and 7 minutes long.
Well, this one that I've just clicked onto is in fact 11 hours and 2 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
but
should I read the official description?
Yeah, go on then.
I did. Help babysit Sabine's loaf cat, Merle, while she explores the galaxy. Relax or catnap to Star Wars ambience, composed by Kevin Kiner, Sean Kiner, Deanna Kiner, and Jason Fachuga.
Yeah.
And what I love about this as well. Sorry to cut you off.
Go on.
I was going to say what I love about this is that it's composed by a father, his son, and his daughter as well.
Yeah, that's pretty good. And I love Kevin Kiner's music. He's done good music.
Family event to bring us all together at the end of the year. And I really do enjoy that, and will definitely give that a listen.
I love it
myself.
Do you know what? I'm just looking at it now, and it's like proper chilling me out. It's similar. A lot of the streaming platforms are doing this kind of thing because, it's only just been posted. So I did put it in our Ghost Heads UK podcast that they produced their annual animated Yule log one with Slimer reading the book with this animation, and that's something like about 10 hours or something like that. It's very long, but and I think a couple of years ago was you can see it's actually on Disney Plus. You can do go to a Frozen one with like a fireplace and every now and again you get Olaf running across the screen, but you see a nice little log fire going in the background. It's beautiful. I like these kind of things. I like little log fires and stuff like this. It just makes it for me. It's great.
Yeah. Should we move on to the next one?
Yeah.
Do you want to take this one?
Yes, please. I'll take this one. Let me just Nicholas, do you want to say anything about that cat thing before we move on?
I love watching Ulog site. When I was cleaning up the other day, when I was home alone or something, I can't remember when, but a Ulog downstairs, which was on Disney Plus. It was actually that Arendelle one. It was just
the Arendelle
chill.
one.
Yeah,
it was so good that he sat there and watched it for a good 2 hours while he didn't clean. Is that right? Anyway, let's move on. Right, from Fanta Tracks, of course. Fanta Tracks is always the go-to for news. The Mandalorian prepares for a bonfire night at the 2023 Emmy Awards. Right, so Brendan Wayne, who plays Din Djarin, posted to remind people that The Mandalorian is still the top Star Wars series. Brendan Wayne, he plays, he's like one of the stuntmen. He plays Din Djarin.
He's not the stuntman. He's no longer just stuntmen,
isn't he?
They're the actors, the mimers.
Actors, yeah.
You know?
Yes. In fact, I think that is the guy. If you watch Ahsoka, when she's in the water and you see an X-Wing pilot dive in to grab her, that's him. That's actually him as an X-Wing pilot. So, The Mandalorian is preparing for the 2023 Emmy Awards, happening on January the 15th, 2024 in Los Angeles. It's received 9 nominations for its 3rd season, making a total of 48 nominations across all 3 seasons. The 9 nominations for season 3 are Outstanding Period and or Character Makeup, Outstanding Sound and Mixing for a Comedy or Space Drama, Outstanding Special Effects, Outstanding Stunt Performance, should say, Outstanding Cinematography for a Series, Outstanding Fantasy and Sci-Fi Costumes, Outstanding Sound Editing for a Comedy or Drama Series, Outstanding Stunt Coordination for a Drama Series, Outstanding Period and or Character Hairstyling. It has been nominated. It's had more nominations than any other Star Wars shows like Andor or the Obi-Wan Kenobi. That is amazing. Yeah, and we all have to agree that Ahsoka was the best looking and the best, I think, one of the best series on this come out of Disney Plus, apart from season 1 and 2 of The Mandalorian. For sure. So I'm so looking forward to this. The Mandalorian. So the special effects. Now there was a lot of people always go, oh yeah, they're in the void again, blah 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 blah. But with that, there was no end of times I couldn't tell the difference, and especially like with season 1 of The Mandalorian and season 2. I was very hard pushed to say, are they in studio or are they actually outside? Because it was so good. And same with Ahsoka. Some of the scenes, I thought they filmed it outside, but of course it's in the void. The lightsaber battles in Ahsoka were just top notch. And all the acting was really, really. There was nothing. The viewers and listeners that have listened to me and Chris talk about, there was hardly any negatives, wasn't there? There was hardly any negatives in it.
Well, yes, but remember this is a delayed from 2023, so Ahsoka will be in 2024's batch of nominations. I think that we have to remember that whilst Ahsoka may have been visually better, a better story, The Mandalorian is the hallmark for Star Wars at this point. It's the approachable TV show that if you do not know Star Wars, you can still enjoy watching without having 20 different questions to ask constantly. Baby green alien, father figure goes across the galaxy. You don't even need to know Star Wars to enjoy it. And I think that's something that we can never forget, that Mandalorian has brought a lot of new fans into the universe.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Nikki. And then with more time, hopefully it'll expand it further and we'll interlink more stories as we go on. So here's hoping that they win 1 or 2 of them nominations.
Do you know what? I totally read that as if it was the nominations for Ahsoka. I really did. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's for season 3 of Mandalorian. I should have clicked on that. I don't know why. I think I was reading. I don't know why I thought that was for Ahsoka. Apologies, because I really like Ahsoka. This is for season 3 of The Mandalorian.
Yes.
Yeah. Of course, the 9 nominations for season 3. God, such an idiot sometimes.
You was reading it and not comprehending it as you was reading it.
Yeah, that was it. That was it. Exactly there. Thank you, Chris. Yeah. I've reread it.
I really enjoyed Ahsoka, and I feel like it created a lot of potential for what's coming next with Star Wars, and actually gave me hope for, and still has hope for what could happen with Star Wars.
This is for Mandalorian, though.
When you hold them thoughts for 5 minutes, because we're gonna get to the future of Star Wars very soon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I apologize. I totally read that wrong. I was thinking it was I don't know why. I thought it was the nominations for Ahsoka, but season 3 of The Mandalorian. Now I've reread it. I've gone, what? Season 3 of Mandalorian? Because everyone says that season 3 was the poorest, which it kind of was. I thought it wasn't as good as season 1 and 2. But yeah, okay, fair enough. It had some good special effects and it had some good bits and bobs, and the stunts were pretty good. It was all right. It was all right. It was all right. It was good. It was
good, but it was a different story to season 1 and season 2. Season 1 and season 2 was a story about father and son. Season 3 was a story about family and groups.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's just a completely different story and a story beat. And I hope with season 4 of Mandalorian, it will go back. Now they've expanded the universe a little. It will go back more to this, you know, father-son dynamic, you know, in storytelling, because now we have things like Ahsoka, Skeleton Crew coming out, that will continue to expand them stories past Din and Grogu.
Yes. Okay, Chris, let's move on to the next one. You take it from this one.
Yeah. So obviously this is a smorgasbord article from Screen Rant, and they have, you know, put together the list of what's happening in 2024, what has been confirmed, what has been delayed. And to the article, they say Disney and Lucasfilm have confirmed the 2024 Star Wars slate for Disney Plus includes The Acolyte, Star Wars The Bad Batch Season 3, Star Wars Skeleton Crew, Star Wars Tales of Jedi Season 2. So this means Andor Season 2 has been delayed till 2024. Probably down to the writer's strike and the production needed. And also, I think more, not just the writer's strike, preparing steady and slowly on what they want to do and where they want to move going next. Obviously, the delay of Andor Season 2 was a surprise as production was almost complete. They've not really, Lucasfilm has not really commissioned further than Skeleton Crew, Acolyte, and Season 2 of Andor. You know, I saw, and I'm very lucky even to this day, to have seen this trailer for all 3 of them at Star Wars Celebrations in the summer. But all 3 of them trailers haven't been released to the public yet. So that makes me think they are more holding it for a better year next year. To be more, instead of just being like, we're going to give you one every 2 weeks, you know, they're going to space them out. I fully suspect we will see maybe the Acolyte move around. You know, we thought we'd see Skeleton Crew first, then the Acolyte.
Yes.
But I very much think the Skeleton Crew will be delayed until November, December next year. I think they'll really want to really tie it into this Goonies, Christmas, E.T., Amberlin feeling time of year. To the trailer that I've seen, it makes best to put that in like a holiday season. So I pretty much think we'll see Skeleton Crew delayed all the way to the end of next year. I think we'll see the Acolyte probably, you know, May, June time to give it enough space. And then hopefully we'll have The Bad Batch in its final season and Tales of Jedi Season 2 sprinkled in there along the way as well.
Yeah, I agree with you. It was weird that Andor wasn't in it because, like you said, I thought they'd finished it. I really did thought they'd finished it. But I like to think that they're not going to just give us loads of it. You know what I mean? They're going to try and space it out because we know it's difficult to do one show and another at the same time, especially if you're podcasting and stuff like that. But it's nice to just see one show, then wait some, and then see another, and wait some, then see another. So, yeah, you know. But saying that, will people will people be more? Are they waiting for Andor season 2? Because a lot of people, some people say that Andor was the best writing and the best Star Wars you're gonna get, and some didn't like it. I was very mixed with it myself. When I think back to it, I thought, do you know what? I really did enjoy that. I liked it. I loved it, but it went on for so long that sometimes I thought, what is going on? I'm not too sure what's going on in this thing. I think it could have been edited down, maybe shortened a little bit, make it more a little bit tighter. So maybe that's the cause. They're looking into it. They're going to try and tighten it up, make it a cohesive story that's involving. Yeah, it's
More
not
polished.
rushed.
Yeah, I definitely think
yeah, you're right. Yeah.
By the time it comes, it will be well wanted. I think, there's something to say, as we've seen with Marvel, when you have month after month, week after week. We've just finished, WandaVision. 2 weeks later, Winter Soldier starts. Finish Winter Soldier. 2 weeks later, Loki starts. It's this you can eat appetite that I feel has fatigued in Marvel MCU. And personally, I kind of want to feel a bit hungry between my Star Wars at this point, not just go on all you can eat to all you can eat. Let's get a bit of hunger. Let's get a bit of, wanting it more. And I think with that, it will build, and over time, we'll get better Star Wars. That's took its time. What you're saying about Andor being slow or, slightly different, whilst I struggle to watch parts of the TV show because it's slow, I actually disagree that we should try an experiment with Star Wars. Not all of it has to be the main saga, look a certain way, speak a certain way. We should see all of these different types. A really slow burn story, because that's what they're saying. They're saying, in the panel for season 2, they said season 1 was the build up to season 2. Season 2 is the bang, the thing that will end it, and then go straight into Rogue One, So
yeah.
I think, for me, I will be honest, I will probably not watch Andor and finish it until we're close to Andor season 2 being out, but I'm quite looking forward to it.
Yeah, I am as well, because like I've said before many times, my go-to Disney era of Star Wars films is Rogue One. I've played that no many times. I like Rogue One. I think it's really, really good. Gareth Edwards did a fantastic job, to what he directed, did a really, really good job. But I'm looking forward to it. And looking at this other, you saw the trailer for the Acolyte, and there is leaked versions of the Acolyte and the Skeleton Crew, very little bits, but it's enough to make me go, I really want to see them. Out of the two, the Skeleton Crew is the one that I'm really looking forward to. And the Bad Batch, I'd be sorry to see that finish season 3, because I love the Bad Batch. And Tales of the Jedi season 2, yes, please, more of that. I enjoyed that, especially now how it's explained the Ahsoka storyline, you could say, from when she was conceived, showing those bits in it, and it really gave you another version of Count Dooku. What made him feel the way he felt about
season 2, less Ahsoka, more Count Dooku. Even more. We saw a lot of Maul and his brother Savage. But I think I'd be really interested to see the beginning of Maul. We always love Maul. Give us more Maul. And I would like to see more stories of Sidious and manipulation around, Sidious and other Jedis. I think there's potential to have even post, Rey, Finn, a short story of Finn becoming Force sensitive. I wouldn't
not
be
just in Lego.
Exactly. I wouldn't be against that. I would enjoy, a 30-minute, animated one of Finn becoming Force sensitive. It might help give the story. Obviously, I fully suspect we'll see, hopefully, a trailer for it on May the 4th, would be my guess. I don't think we'll see a release on it because, well, we've not had no trailers yet. Not for Andor, not for Skeleton Crew, not for even the Acolyte that has been moved up. We've not seen no trailers for any of them yet. We are in a drought. There's no Star Wars of like, we've just finished the last season. Let's, put out the next one. So I very much think in the new year, we should get a trailer drop for something along the Star Wars lines. Looking
very much so.
Yeah.
Keep the hype up.
Yeah. Looking at the future, we remember so many TV shows and films announced. You made a joke yesterday that the film by Patty Jenkins, Rogue Squadron, was meant to be released 2 days ago.
December the 22nd.
And how times change and the pandemic, Disney, Star Wars, bets, all of these things come together. And I think that whilst I don't think we're at our worst moments of Star Wars, we definitely have the signs to show of where we need to go.
Chris, just a quick one. Is you can search faster than me. Is that that teaser trailer that Patty Jenkins filmed? Do you remember that they showed her
With
putting
the
on the
X-Wing.
flight suit? Is that still online? Is that still online to watch? Because they spent some money on that, didn't they?
No, I think it's. Oh no, the trailer is still online. Trailer came out 3 years ago. Yeah, but so
3 years ago.
Well, that was it's online on IGN, so I feel like it's probably been removed from Disney. But I think we're probably still gonna see parts of that in other stories. We're kind of seeing it in The Mandalorian with what Seb is doing with I forgot his character's name now. Our favorite X-Wing pilot that's in everything now. He was in Mandalorian as well.
What's his name? From Kim's Convenience. Hit that guy.
Carson Teva.
Oh, what's his?
Carson Teva.
That's it.
Yeah. Give us a story on that. I would love to see that. Not necessarily. It doesn't have to be a full story. It could be something short. Potentially there may be a way to retool Rogue Squadron into an animated TV show. Maybe one day.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah. But there is some Nicholas has probably seen these. There has been some fan films out there where they've done like a manga version of Rogue Squadron, in the Japanese animated style. You've seen those ones, haven't you, Nicholas?
No, actually. Wait, you mean Rogue Squadron by like the game?
No, they've sort of reimagined sort of like the X-Wing battles, but in like a manga style. It's online. I'll have to show you when I get time. I can't bring it up, unfortunately. I can't bring it up on this because it's.
Well, we've already got our news articles to finish, and do you want to go into some news from Best Bin Bulletin?
Yes, please. I will. So, The Mandalorian Season 4 to begin filming in February 2024, exclusive from Best Bin Bulletin. Right, The Mandalorian Season 4 is scheduled to begin filming in February 2024 at the Manhattan Beach Studios in California. Filming was previously delayed due to writers and actors strikes. Season 4 is expected to film for around 6 months, wrapping up around August 2024. The season will likely debut on Disney Plus in early 2025, following a typical 1 year post-production period, because it needs a lot of special effects. Right. So, two other Star Wars live action shows, The Acolyte and Skeleton Crew, will debut on Disney Plus in 2024. There was a report that season 4 may become a movie instead of a series, but sources confirmed to the author it remains a Disney Plus TV season. The author will provide updates if plans for the season 4 change from the current February starting film. Now, that's interesting to find out that because there were very much. Is there going to be a season 4? Is there not? Because we all knew that the Dave Filoni-verse in the films were going to converge into a major film, and considering how season 3 ended, it was quite easily to think they don't need to make any more. You know what I mean? We'll just pause it there and maybe bring in as a guest in some of the other shows that may be popping up every now and again, just to sort of like nudge it over there. But I'd be happy to see season 4. I like Din Djarin. I like the Mandalorian. I love it. You know what I mean? It's pretty good, and we all like to see Grogu back as well. And now that Dave Filoni's now been put in charge of this kind of thing, he's pushing it now to this massive film. You could say.
Yeah,
So
I think it's quite interesting because I struggle to see a future where Dave Filoni directs this film. I think he will not direct it. I think it will be Jon Favreau.
Yesterday, didn't we, as well?
It will be Jon Favreau. I think Dave Filoni will not be able to direct it. I think that's fine. The exclusive producers will be Dave Filoni, but I don't think he will have the capacity to film this anymore. Obviously, Jon Favreau has forever been a stable filmmaker ever since Iron Man 1. So I really look forward to it. Like I said,
since Elf, Chris.
I don't care about Elf. I care about Iron Man.
I care about Elf. Elf is now 20 years old.
Yeah, it's older than you. But to the point, like I said 20 minutes ago, we saw Mandalorian season 3 expand into this bigger universe, and now I think it needs to go back in smaller into a story about a father and son, and hopefully, we'll see that in season 4. They have obviously announced that it's going ahead. They announced it ages ago that season 4 was being planned. The writer's strike got in the way, but we could possibly say that the writer's strike will help make it a better TV show with the writers winning most of the things they wanted, such as minimum clause lengths, minimum amount of writers in the story room, things to make sure good stories get wrote. And like I said earlier, the first draft is not the final draft.
That is true.
So I'm really looking forward to season 4 of The Mandalorian. So let's move on to the next one. Another one by Bespin Bulletin is that The Acolyte has had multiple reshoots this month. Obviously, when we was at Star Wars Celebrations, a trailer was shown. They were pretty much said they were in post-production at that stage. So a few reshoots is expected as always. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be bad. Just sometimes some things don't connect like they thought it would. Bespin Bulletin has said that they believe these were planned reshoots, and the notes are very cryptic of like what's changed, but basically in a forest near Hartford, a few evenings, a lightsaber battle was refilmed, so probably they just didn't get the shots they wanted to really make it what they wanted it to be. So really excited for The Acolyte, and hopefully they get the cut they want, and we'll see it next year.
Yeah. I'm quite looking forward to this, to the show. Only really from what you've seen of it. When you tell me about this show, it's made me go, gee, I won't mind seeing that. I really won't. But all shows go through reshoots. A lot of people go, oh my God, reshoots. Nah, everything you see on TV goes through reshoots. Even the new Aquaman film has gone through a lot of reshoots.
When you think about it, it polishes it up, makes it better. So when people moan about reshoots, they don't realize that it could be making it better. Where when they were making it, they realized, oh, maybe that won't work. Okay, we could do this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the
I
main
agree,
point.
yeah.
You know, sometimes obviously they are malicious and changing the story because things happen, events happen, you know, around the world. But most of the time, it's saying on the cutting room floor, like you said, it doesn't line up. Let's go back. Let's reshoot it. Let's get it to line up where we want it to be and go forward. You know, I always say this to Dad and anyone that criticizes stuff. It's okay to criticize and to speak about these things, but nobody goes out to make a bad film. And I always take it a bit further now is, you know, when you go to a comedic gig and say a comedian says a joke and it doesn't land, you know, as the audience, that didn't land, you know, that didn't go right. He knows it didn't land, but you as the audience don't necessarily know what he should have said to make it land. And that's why I think sometimes with story writing is we can all say, I can write a script. Don't worry, you know, it would be better than what we have. But the Writers Guild has showed us that there is a lot of talented people out there that necessarily, you know, business decisions negate it badly. And hope we just need to put more time in the hands of people who understand the craft, understand the money, not the craft, and also the studios to spend the money to staff these projects correctly to get the results that we want.
Yeah. Do you know this Rickman's with Forest? I'm sure a lot of films film there. I'm thinking that they've just done reshoots for Game of Thrones there as well for the new Game of Thrones film program, House of Dragons. I'm sure they've been filming there as well. I think there's a Facebook page for that Forest that just shows you all the people that are filming there at the moment. Pretty sure might be another Forest, but I'm pretty sure it's that one. Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to it. Definitely looking forward to it.
I would only wonder why they film in that forest. Is it only because it's 23 minutes away from Pinewood Studios?
Could be. Yeah. So yeah, definitely they're gonna polish it up. And it's like when it comes to reshoots, they've just done reshoots for Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, and that finished ages ago, and they've just done reshoots for that. So, you know, with this process of making these series, they do watch them over and over and over again, and it's like writing. They sort of go, oh, hold on, that scene didn't click in, we need it a little bit, let's see if we could get, and everyone's tied, you know, all the actors and everything are tied into reshoots, so they bring them back in the reshoot. But like Nicholas says, and you, Chris, it's polishing it, it's making it better, it's making it better for us to critique it, you could say. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that, and especially now this series was filmed in the UK. I'm sure this wasn't affected by the writer's strike, if I remember right.
It was already wrapped up by them. It was completely wrapped up by them.
All right. Okay. Yeah. I was going to say, because some of the shows that are filming in the UK are not affected because some of the crew and the actors are not a part of the American. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty good. I've got something else. It's only a quick one, but this was, you know, moving on from this, is that the Star Wars trilogy, we saw at on the cinema that the Star Wars trilogy is coming back to the cinema screens. The original Star Wars Empire and Jedi are coming back at I think it's the View Cinema or maybe the Showcase. I can't remember. Funny enough, I just tried looking at the article on my phone, and the first thing that came up, and it shows you that that they're listening, was the Acolyte trailer, and I was like, just came up randomly, the new Acolyte trailer, but it's actually a fan version. So yeah, so the Star Wars trilogy is coming back in the cinema. Check, look at your local cinema listings to see when it's coming on, but they are bringing it back to see it, and it'd be amazing to see Star Wars Empire and Jedi on it. And I was lucky enough to see all three in one go, and I remember buying the t-shirt, and I've got the poster of all three Yeah, the fantastic, the original trilogy that is.
Watching Return of the Dead, watching Return of the Jedi in cinemas was a experience that you don't get watching it at home. So I highly recommend watching them in cinemas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Fantastic. What else is there, Chris? Anything else?
I think that's we've tackled a really good set of news. You know, that obviously has all of our rambles and conversations in about what we're looking forward to next year. I think we'll nail it out with out of the Bad Batch season 3, Skeleton Crew, Tales of Jedi, Acolyte. Which one are you most excited for? And you can only pick one.
Skeleton Crew.
Interesting.
That's me. Skeleton Crew. Nicholas, what are you looking forward to?
Oh, I don't really know. They all sound quite good, if you know what I mean. So, either Acolyte or Skeleton Crew. This interested.
I am going to be a different one, and I've just thought about it in my solace, and I'm going to pick the Bad Batch. I'm going to pick the Bad Batch season 3. Why? Because we know it's the final season. We know that we need answers of where the clones go, and what is going to happen to all of our favorite clones. And we know the animated TV shows can pull on our heartstrings, maybe even better than the live action. And it will be a TV show that at the beginning I was, why do we need this? But at the end I'm going to be, please don't. Don't you kill them one by one. You've already tried to kill one of them.
Yeah. You didn't see him fall, but the body wasn't seen. So, but yeah, I was toying it like this. I was Skeleton Crew, Bad Batch, Skeleton Crew, Bad Batch, and I was thinking it's got to be one. So I picked Skeleton Crew because I want to see Jude Law in Star Wars. But yeah, Bad Batch, definitely 100%. Nicholas, you've already said you're looking forward to. What did you say?
Either Bad Batch or Acolyte.
Yeah, the Acolyte or the Bad Batch.
I will remember my favorite memory of this year with you saying the Acolyte, and it was at Star Wars Celebrations. I got into I was so lucky. Me and Holly was so lucky to be in the opening panel. We saw the trailer for the Acolyte, and I said, "You have to see this. I'm 100% sure they're gonna show it again. You have to come to the High Republic panel. They're going to show it. You have to see it." He was like, no, I don't care about these books. And what did they do? They showed it 3 times in that panel.
I could have easily
and brought out some of the actors. And I was like, well, you've missed the opportunity. And the worst part about it, the days that go on, them trailers, you wish you saw.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
So
anyway, so that was basically all the news rounded up. I think the only thing we did miss on is that Daisy Ridley is in talks again to play Rey, of course. And so there was some bits and bobs.
Of course,
don't bother.
But I think that will be post 20. That will be easily 2025.
Yeah. So yeah. Did we not say? So what we're looking forward to 2023 before we go into our little bit of a quiz? Yeah, 2023. What
was our best part? Do you mean? What is the best part of 2023?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, the best part of 2023. Wow. Bad Batch. I have to say, the Bad Batch season 2 was brilliant. Was absolutely brilliant. I totally enjoyed season 2 of the Bad Batch, and certain bits of the story in the Mandalorian I enjoyed as well.
I will say my favorite memory of this year in Star Wars. I think it has to be watching the penultimate second from final episode of The Mandalorian with Star Wars fans at Celebrations. I think that was a memory that we forget. And the
That was good. Yeah.
the ups and downs. I enjoyed it. And I liked in a room full of diehards and watching that episode.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. I was thinking about like TV shows, but experiences as well. Star Wars Celebrations was fantastic. That will be remembered for ages. You know, especially it was me, it was Nicholas, it was Nikki, it was you, Chris, and Holly, and we met Jason Chrisman and his son. And we met so many others, and we cosplayed as well. We did a bit of cosplaying. You got around so many panels. She was so excited. It was great. Being a father, loving Star Wars since an early age, and it was good to see that my kids were so enthusiastic about being there and buying stuff. We got some really good merch as well. It was a fantastic time. It was one of the best three days that I could have experienced. I mean, especially I was just so proud and so happy and to be there. And I'm really glad that you, Nicholas, and you, Chris, got to experience Star Wars Celebrations, because it was just fantastic. It was just fantastic to be with my family, really. Star Wars Celebrations was just great. I loved it.
Yeah. We had one more memory that we were actually going to bring up for the closing section of the show. At Star Wars Celebrations, me and Holly bought some Star Wars trivia cards up to date with questions included from The Mandalorian. These are ace. They're from Ridley Games. They look like this. There we go. They're from Ridley Games. I really recommend them. They have questions in from Clone Wars, Rebels, Mandalorian, all of it. And I'm going to be the card reader, because when we played this at Star Wars Celebrations, no one could get a word in edgeways because I said the answer far too fast for everyone that it got annoying. And it was the next time we have a quick game of it, Chris is not allowed to play. So I pulled out some questions. I had
the cards as well, didn't we? So we were backwards and forwards as well. I had the same set of cards as well. So go on.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I think I pulled out about 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Goes into them. I got this. Right. Cards Against Star Wars. You've probably seen that with Cards Against Humanity. Before we went online, I read some of them and thought, we can't read these online. So these are two adult versions. Yeah, these are two adult, but they're fun. They're definitely fun. If you see it, get it. It's really, really good. It's really, really good.
So how are we going to play it? We're going to play very easy. I'll give you a selection of 2. One of them will be the right answer. Medium, I'll tell you a choice of 4. Or hard, I will just give you the question.
Right. And you've also got to bear in mind that me and Nicholas have got a bit of a delay.
Okay.
So you ready, Nicholas?
So, there's 15. There's 15 of them. Okay. I will get a piece of paper and I will write down the answers of who gets what.
Okay.
Here we go. And I've pre-selected these with questions from all 3 trilogies. To be fair, I think the sequel trilogy is the least one, just for you. Okay. So first, what is Emperor Palpatine's first name?
God. Is this it's a multiple choice?
Oh, you want the multiple choice? Okay, we'll go down level. Is it Ben, Owen, Arvel, or Sheev?
Sheath.
What did you say, Nicholas?
Ben. I'll go for Ben.
It was Sheev Palpatine.
Knew it.
Yeah. Sheath.
What does the TIE in TIE Fighter stand for? I'll give you 2 points if you can get it without the answers, or a point if you get it from the +4. Do you know what it is without the answers?
I do. I think I know what it is.
Go on.
Right. I think it is. I think it's twin ion engine.
Maybe. So here's for the 4 for Nicholas, because we're not racing.
Mm-hmm.
We're just being fair. So for Nicholas, what does the TIE in TIE Fighter stand for? Is it turbo ion engine, twin impulse engine, twin ion engine, or turbo imperial engine?
Twin. I can't remember the rest of the words, but twin.
So twin impulse engine or twin ion
impulse.
engine?
No, twin ion. Yeah, twin ion.
Very good. Okay. It was twin ion engine.
Twin ion engine. Yeah,
you was right.
I thought I remembered it. Yeah.
Okay.
I remembered it.
Here's a harder one for all you out there. What item does Beckett try to steal during the train heist in Solo? Do you remember for 2 points?
Try to steal during the train heist.
Yep, in Solo.
It is. It's that ore, isn't it? Not that ore.
It is.
It's been refined.
It is.
Is it spice? Is it spice?
No. We'll give you the choice of 4. Is it a lightsaber?
No.
Coaxium, cyber crystals, or holocrons?
Coaxium.
Holocron.
Interesting. Thank you for your answers. The answer was coaxium.
Yeah, got it. Yeah.
So,
answer was what?
Coaxium. It's what powers starships.
Ah.
And that's how.
It's what they blow into the. Oh, go on.
Well, I was about to say, I did feel like I put a question on here that now I've just got to check. We'll go for the next question.
Okay.
With coaxium, I'm changing the question here where it's wrote down, but I'm using my knowledge of Star Wars. With coaxium, Han Solo boasts that he made the Kessel Run in how many parsecs?
12.
Maybe. Should we go with the
Nicholas?
choice of 4?
Yeah.
We'll go with the choice of 4. 9.
Multiple choice, please.
11. 10. Or 12.
Oh God!
11.
Now you've said it.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'll stick with 12.
You're gonna stick with 12? Once I said it was 50-50, and it's either 11 or 12. Would you still lock down your answer, Dad?
Yes, 12. Go for 12.
11.
It is 12 parsecs.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
Okay. Here's another original trilogy one. To be fair,
yeah,
I wouldn't be able. I know this one. I would have to have the choice of 4 because you know what? It's original trilogy. I think that's my weakest. What small droid does Chewbacca infamously scare away on the Death Star in A New Hope? Do you know?
I know this one.
Do you want to give it a go, Nicholas?
is it a mouse droid?
What would you say, Dad?
I'll go with Nicholas's answer, a mouse droid.
It is. It is a mouse droid. Well done.
Well done.
This one's a bit of a Clone Wars question. It's more of a Clone Wars question than original trilogy.
I haven't seen all of Clone Wars.
Well, you might get it. Admiral Akbar is from what planet? Do you know the answer?
Yes, I think I do.
Okay, you can hold it. You're already way more ahead in points than Nicholas. Is
Okay.
it Bespin, Akara, Mon Calamara, or Camino? Nicholas, do you want to go first? Do you want me to 50-50 it for you?
Are you there, Nicholas?
He's thinking.
Yeah.
He's thinking. Do you want me to 50-50 it? Do you have a choice what you think it is, Dad?
Pardon?
50-50 it.
I can 50-50 it if you do not know which one out of the four it is.
I know which one it is.
Okay.
I
Is it
don't know.
either Camino or Mon Calamara?
Which one of them two, Nicholas?
Mon Calamara.
What would you say, Dad?
I'll go with that answer. Mon Calamari.
Yes, you're correct. It is Mon Calamara.
Yeah. Well
To be
done,
fair,
well
two
done.
of them
Well
weren't quite water planets. One was a gas
Mhm.
planet. Okay, here's a harder one. But it is
then.
my trilogy, the prequel trilogy.
Yeah.
After his defection to the Sith, what name does Count Dooku adopt? I'll give you the first part.
done.
It's Darth. Something.
Darth. Oh yeah, I know what it is.
Do you know what it is, Nicholas?
No.
We'll go 50-50. Is it Darth Sion or Darth Tyrannus?
Darth Sauron.
What do you say it is, Dad?
Darth Tyrannus.
It is Darth Tyrannus.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't say it much. I think Palpatine only really says it once.
I think he says yeah.
Yeah, it's like pretty much one. Or is it? It's on a Jedi broadcast where it said there's this new Sith Darth Tyrannus. I think I can't remember where it said it, but it does get said. This is a this is a hard one.
Go on then.
It's a hard one. I expect Dad to probably know the answer to this. And Nicholas, you
Okay.
might struggle. So we can go 50-50. Gold Squadron primarily flew what type of starship? Starfighter. Any ideas off the top of your head? Gold Squadron.
I think I know what it is.
Do you want the 4 or the 2?
Let's go 50-50.
Let's go 2. Yeah. Is it X-Wings or Y-Wings? Nicholas, what's your thoughts?
X-Wings.
What's your thoughts, Dad?
I'll go with Y-Wings.
It is Y-Wings. I should have said A-Wings and removed X-Wings from it. Even though the card says the 50-50 choice is X-Wings or Y-Wings, I feel like that's if you took out X-Wings and went A-Wings or Y-Wings, you'd be more chance of getting Y-Wings than X-Wings, because obviously X-Wings are the most known.
Yeah, Red 5 standing by. Red Wing.
No.
X-Wings. Yeah, Red 5 standing by. And
So,
and
with you saying that,
Gold Squadron. Got him.
I actually picked out another question from the original trilogy.
Okay.
And this one's more for Nicholas as well. What call sign is used for the X-Wing piloted by Luke?
Rebel.
I'll give you the choice of 4. Is it Red 1, Red Leader, Red
Leader.
5, or Red Bomber?
Red Leader.
What is it, Dad?
It's Red 5.
Yeah, it is Red 5.
I literally said it before
If you listened
the
to
question.
Nicholas, you would have had it.
I literally said it. I said it. Red 5 standing by.
And talking about Luke Skywalker and X-Wings, well, what island did Luke Skywalker have his X-Wing under the seas of?
Oh, God.
I forgot the name.
I'll give you a 50-50.
Yes,
Is
please.
it Dagobah or Acho?
Dagobah.
Yeah.
What would you say?
What's the one? Actually, what?
Acho. It was which?
Accio, yeah, it's
Where
that one.
was the X-wing under the seas of? Was it Dagobah or Acho?
Technically, it was under the on Dagobah. It was underneath the bog, but under the sea, it was Achichicha, whatever
Oh.
it is. It's that one.
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
I heard
Is
it
that one?
wrong.
Here we. Don't worry. We're just having some fun because I can't answer these.
I know, it's
Um,
insane, isn't it?
Um,
You can't answer
um,
any of them.
On what planet was the Grand Army of the Republic, also known as the Clone Army, built on?
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah.
Let me give you a 4. Was it Coruscant? Was it Dathomir? Was it Kef Burr? Or was it Camino?
What was the question again?
On what planet was the Grand Army of the Republic, known as the Clone Army, built on?
Coruscant, right?
No.
Oh, it's Dathomir. I bet it's Dathomir.
No.
Was the
No. That's the question is strange on that one because you said
it does say
built.
built on. Yes, it says built, and I want to go in with the word
Yeah.
built. I would say trained,
'Cause
organized on.
Trained, yes, because built is what Nicholas said on Coruscant, because all the ships were built on Coruscant, and if I remember rightly, at the end of the clone of episode 2,
Well, no, the ships weren't actually
um,
built on Coruscant. They were more built on places like where Han Solo's from, the planet
Coruscant.
of. That's not Coruscant. That's the planet of. It's not coming to my
No,
head.
it's not, is it?
It's the planet.
Huh.
They were built on. Ooh, I literally can't remember. They were built on.
I can't remember it.
They were built at the Kuat Drive, the Kuat Drive yards that were on planet Kuat. So it wasn't actually even Han Solo's planet. That was the Star
No, it wasn't.
Destroyers.
But, I would have thought though, Chris, at the end of the clone at the Attack of the Clones film, it was Coruscant. They were launching from Coruscant, so I automatically thought that they built them ships there on
No.
Coruscant, and that's what that's what I thought. That's why.
Yeah,
I
no,
thought.
no.
So I would have
no,
said
it was
yeah.
a good.
that.
But the answer was
But
Camino.
train.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
trained.
a weird,
I would have put
a weird
trained.
question.
Yeah. Yes.
Here's one for the Rebel fans out there, just like Holly.
Mm-hmm.
I expect to see Holly posting in the chat. Ezra Bridger is from what planet? Is it A, Endor? B, I'm making them a little bit harder because they've put planets that don't even have cities on. Mon Calamara. C, it is Lothal. And D,
Mm-hmm.
we will go with Geonosis.
Nicholas, do you know this one?
No, I don't remember much from Rebels.
Wow.
Again,
What did the chat-
I haven't watched much of Clone Wars or Rebels, so kind of stuck.
I would say
You have seen Ahsoka.
yes.
Oh, what's it called?
And I'll cut it down. Is he from either Coruscant or Lothal?
Lothal.
There you go. What did the chat say?
Well done. Yeah.
did the
The
chat say?
chat says. The chat says. "Biding."
Lothal.
Lothal.
There we go.
Well done, Holly. Well done.
Well done. Wow. Now this is I've got I've got 2 questions left.
Go on
And
then.
they are a doozy. A doozy. Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go. One is from episode 1. One is from the Clone Wars. Which one would you like first?
I'll go with Nicholas. What Nicholas to take the pick?
Clone
Can you
Wars
say
or
that
episode 1?
Episode 1.
Okay.
I've actually seen that.
Here we go. And this is hard. You know, what is damaged on Padme's Naboo royal starship when it fled from the planet in the Phantom Menace? Was it A, the sublight engine, B, the main reactor, C, the shield generator, or D, the hyperdrive generator?
Nicholas?
Hyperdrive generator.
Interesting. What would you go for, Dan?
Yeah. I would say the hyperdrive.
Interesting. Do you want to get an answer in from our audience?
Let's see. Is she pointing up?
Oh,
Is
she
she going to
has.
say?
She has said
Has she?
a hyperdrive generator. How
Here it comes.
the thing
Let's
is,
have a look.
I thought
Hyperdrive. Yes.
if this is the answer or not the answer, how sure are you on it? I said it was hard.
Mm.
It is the hyperdrive generator. You were right. It was D.
Yeah.
So, the very final question. This is a Clone Wars one. And we've seen it also in the Bad Batch. So we have seen it as well. Very final question. What gargantuan creature is unearthed on Malastare during the Clone Wars? Can you remember what it is called without the answers, Dad?
What was it? Can you say that again?
The gargantuan creature that was unearthed on Malastare during the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
The one that they cannot kill.
Yeah.
What was it called? It was also re-seen in the Bad Batch.
I know it was. Yeah. It was a really
Go
good
on.
episode. You got choices?
Of course, I've got choices.
Well, then I'm gonna have to go with choices on this one.
Okay, there's select 4.
Yeah, go on.
But I'm going to change. I'm going to change what the 2. I'm going to go for 2 of them, just to make it a little bit easy. But I'm still going to put a challenge in there. Is it the Lugger Beast or the Zillo Beast?
Zilla Beast.
Very interesting. Very
Did I get
interesting. Oh, Holly got that one way before you. She got it without even saying the answers of the Zillo Beast. She go ahead. 42 minutes past. Even before
Yes,
I wrote
she
the
did.
answers. And she texted me saying, I got this one. I know this one.
Damn. She got
There
it.
you go.
Yeah, she got
Holly
it.
knows
for
her
me,
Clone Wars.
Yes, she
So,
does.
you know, Nicholas, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nicholas got 8 out of 15. Not bad. 1, 2,
Yeah.
3,
Not
4,
bad.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You got 15, Dad, but you did get some of them. I did add 2 points for the ones you guessed without questions. So, overall, a really good selection of cards. I tried not to go with too hard ones and too easy ones because there's a really nice selection of cards in this pack. I really recommend it to Star Wars fans to buy themselves to challenge their family. It's the Ridley Games. We show again Ridley Games Trivial Pack. And just one more.
It was very good.
And I do like this one, even if it's not from my favorite films.
Okay.
How does Han Solo respond after Leia proclaims, I love you, to him on Cloud City?
Oh, this is easy.
Is it?
This is easy, Chris. Yes, it's I know.
You know the answer, but what is it?
I know.
No, you just said I know. What's the answer?
I'm just saying, I know. I'm just saying, I know. I know. That's the answer. The answer is I know.
So the answer is I know.
I know. Yeah.
You're no.
Oh, you are correct. It is I know. Thought I'd catch you one out there.
No. Right, that was fantastic. You know, it was good to go through those questions. Yes, you can also get that game. There's no end of different games like that out at the moment. And like I've got the cards against Star Wars. I'd like to have read some of these out, but I can't. Or I really can't. So I was just flicking through some to see if I can find any like child friendly ones, but no, I can't. Good.
I
But-
really do.
Oh, go on.
I was going to say, I really enjoy that set because it has up-to-date questions. So not only does it has up-to-date questions, you have a set from M&S in the UK, a supermarket here, and they really only have like original trilogy questions or some prequel questions. What I really like about this Ridley questions, you know, you get off the internet for £10, so about $15, but it has questions in from Clone Wars, Rebels, Bad Batch, prequel, sequel, you know, original. It's just got all of them. I think that's really great because if it was a full box of original trilogy questions, I think even I would struggle. You've just made me full screen, Dad.
Yeah, I know, I have. Yeah.
Okay. But yeah,
I was just trying it. Yeah, come. Yeah.
but overall, yeah. If it was 100 questions of original trilogy, I think I would struggle. I think I would struggle most. Yeah.
There's Nicholas deep in thought. Nicholas is deep in thought there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think that brings us really to the end of the show.
Oh, well, no, there is one thing. No,
One
I've got
more
one
thing.
more thing. And it's funny because we've just done that quiz. Now, I will be on BBC Radio 2 in the UK on January the 12th at midnight, called Midnight Mastermind, where I'll be giving the DJ, the local DJ on BBC Radio 2, 3 questions, 3 good questions about Star Wars that he has 3 minutes to find the answers on. So I'm like, I've got to gather 5, and they're going to pick out the best 3. But I'm going to be doing a lot of shout outs to the family and friends and to this podcast and to my other podcast. But yes, if you're in the UK or even on the internet, I think it'd be on BBC Sounds. It's called Midnight Mastermind on BBC Radio 2 at midnight on January the 12th to the 13th. So you'll be able to hear me live on the radio on BBC Radio 2. Yeah, doing a quiz. Brilliant.
I might have to try and work out some hard questions for you. If you can say the questions to me and I don't know the answer, I think that's a good first sign. As long as they're not original trilogy.
In fact, I've got to dig out some really good questions for that. Yeah. got to dig out some really good questions for that. And definitely we'll have to work on some. So yes, that just brings us to the end of the show. So it's been brilliant. I have to say, thank you, Chris. Thank you, Nicholas, for coming on. Thank you again for all the people that are viewing us and also sent us some. My wife Nikki came on, said a happy Christmas to us, and of course the lovely Holly, who's who's Christopher's other half. She's on board as well, and she's really good at doing some Star Wars trivia as well. Love her to bits. Thank you, Nicholas, for coming on, even though he's been slightly interested in his Vita, which he's just cracked to play, which I can tell you're playing on. I really can.
How?
Because I can see it reflected in your glasses.
But,
yeah, right. So,
you know what,
Chris? Anything?
I was going to say before we close this out, I think it's one more time you should read the opening poem, because I think Holly's actually listening now. She's a bit busy at the start, and I think she'd appreciate a live rendition one more time to close this out.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that for you.
I quite enjoyed it, to be fair. Yeah, I thought it was really good.
Let's go into this one then. Let's play this one.
In your best crispy podcast mic voice.
Right, my best crispy one. Here we go. Just for you, Holly, right?
Me and Nicholas will mute our mics just so you have that nice, clean audio.
Okay, right. Are we ready? Right. Yep. Here we go. Right. Here it is. On the morning of Christmas Eve, in the abandoned AT-AT that we now call home on the moon of Endor, with me, my sons, Christopher and Nick, we find comfort sharing stories for all. Surrounded by whispers of the forest, with Ewoks still nestled in dreams, we cherish the crisp morning air before sunrise, a serene scene. Beneath the towering trees, with the stars peeking above, we share tales of heroes and legends and stories of love. Outside the wild moon whispers with mysteries to weave, but inside we're united on the morning of Christmas Eve. With makeshift decorations from the remnants of war, we smile at each other with hopes for what's in store. For a moment the galaxies hum, quiets a welcome pause. I feel the force warmth as snowflakes gently fall. Even Siths, I imagine, pause in their quest, heeding the Yuletide call. Droids beep carols softly while Wookiees deck the halls. In every corner of the stars, Christmas spirit calls. Here I sit with my sons close in our festive sphere, mindful of my wife and other son, adventuring far yet near. After our tales are told in the harsh of Dawn's embrace, I missed that one. After our tales are told in the harsh of Dawn's embrace, we take to the airways, reaching across the galaxy's vast space. Our hearts full of joy in the season so dear, in our sheltered abode from father to sons we share. Hoping our stories across the stars spread Christmas cheer. Together we gather, hearts brimming with joy so sincere. Wishing all a Merry Christmas, a holiday of pure delight, from our family to yours through the long peaceful night. So from here at Radio Free Endor, may every heart find its flight, and a heartfelt happy holidays to all in the galaxy's shining night. How's that?
I think it was really good. Yeah, it was helped by AI generation, because none of us are linguists or rhymists or even spelling bees.
Yeah,
but I really enjoyed that. I think it's really great, and I can't wait for you to cut it up and post it out as a clip for everyone. I think
I will do.
All we have time for today.
I've just got my end bit. Oh, go on, Nicholas.
I was going to say, why don't we watch the Endor Express?
Yeah, that'd be interesting. Yeah, the Endor Express. Funnily enough, I listened to that. If anyone's got any, I've done episodes with like intros, and I did do a Christmas one for a couple of years, which were always good fun. So I've done the Endor Express, and I've done the Krampus on Endor, and the night before an Endor Christmas. If you get a chance, they're there online to listen to on YouTube as
On
well
YouTube.
as iTunes. They're really good, and you can hear Nicholas as a little child where he had a squeaky voice, not his deep voice. But they're magical. I listened to them only the other day, and they are magical tales, and I'm very, very proud of them. They're really, really good. So, anyway, thank you for joining us on Radio Free Endor. We hope you've enjoyed yourself in this galaxy far, far away. Stay connected with us on social media and be part of our vibrant community. Search for @Radio Free Endor on Facebook, X, Instagram, and on YouTube. Hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay up to date with our latest episode discussions and exciting news. If you want to dive deeper into Star Wars with us, send your thoughts, comments, and questions to radiofreeendor@gmail.com. Don't forget to follow me, Jamie_R_Burns on Twitter, and Chris.
Burned Chris.
And Nicholas.
@McMahon-Burns.
That's good. We love to hear from you and have a galactic chat. For all your super fans out there, head over to TeePublic and get your hands on official Radio Free Endor merchandise, whether it's a t-shirt, hoodie, stickers, mugs, key rings, or mouse mats. We've got you covered. Show off your love for the show and look ultra cool while doing so. Remember, iTunes is still the go-to place to download our show. So make sure you leave us a fantastic 5-star review. We're also on Spotify, so you can view us there, or any of the of your podcast network of choices. They play us as well. Your support means the galaxy to us and helps us to reach more listeners who are hungry for more Star Wars content. Once again, thank you for tuning in to Radio Free Endor. May the Force be with you, and we look forward to bringing you more thrilling adventures with me, Jamie, Chris, and Nicholas, and the galaxy far, far away. I would just want to end with have a Merry Christmas. Hope all your dreams and wishes come true in this festive season, and may all the warmth and loving of family around you be everything you need this Christmas. So I want to say Merry Christmas to you, Christopher, and to your other half, Holly. Merry Christmas to you, Nicholas. I love you both. Love you lots. It's
Merry
been
Christmas.
a great time.
Obviously,
This,
and Merry Christmas is very British. You know, it's a Britishism. So a lot of Americans, many of our friends, you know, reach out to Royal Farm Boy, Jason, and everyone else that gives us a listen to. You know, happy holidays, as you say out there. But we're all Star Wars fans, so there's only one thing to really say. And what is that, Dad? It's a happy
holidays.
No.
Happy Life
Oh.
Day.
Happy Life Day.
Happy Life Day. Happy Life Day to
Day.
Jonathan Bell, to Royal Farm Boy, to Jason Chrisman, and to everyone that we spoke to, all the artists at Star Wars Celebrations that came, spent some time and came on the shows. You know what I mean? Happy holidays to you all, and have a very, very good time this Christmas. Absolutely.
Happy
So,
holidays,
Merry
everyone.
Christmas.
And happy Life Day.
And we'll see you
Merry
back
Christmas.
in the new year, won't we, Chris?
We have a lot of Star Wars to cover next year, unless they cut it all for year 2025.
Yeah. But we'll see you January 2024. Enjoy. See you soon. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Bye-bye.